Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at Green-Yellow Sacrifice. Now last week I was talking about the tier 1 decks. I actually covered a lot of the tier 1 decks during last week's episodes, and I did say at the end of the Yellow Flyers episode, I feel like Green-Yellow Sacrifice is slowly creeping into that tier 1 slot, and I actually believe following the Aurora's open results at Green-Yellow Sac is a tier 1 deck now. So I figured that it'd be a good idea to cover Green-Yellow Sac just to finish off the tier 1 decks of this current meta. I think it'd be unfair to leave it out. So today I'm just going to pilot a pretty standard Green-Yellow Sac list that's used by a lot of players on both ladder and in competitive. This is the most popular variant. You do get a few variations with Last Nightmare, you get a couple with the Shaitan Assassin, so there are little bits and pieces you can do to Green-Yellow Sac to change it, but fundamentally the core stays the same. Lots of little creatures to sack to get value off, build the big Soul Eaters, and then win the game. So let's get into some matches and see how this deck performs. Alright guys, into our first game here. Very good start with the Bone Collector. We have Shield Mates. Soul Eaters. We don't need Soul Eater just yet. Let's just throw that away. And we can set the Bone Collector nice and early. Make sure we start harvesting Faeria. And then we've got these Shield Mates to start generating value for us if our opponent does push down and start to challenge our creatures. It's going to be a Forest from our opponent. Alright, another Bone Collector. It's not bad. Let's just pass here. We don't need to develop anything just yet. We're going to make sure we have a good little island going first, and then we can kind of hide the creatures around the Bone Collector. Although it looks like my opponent is looking to split off here. So I could just switch sides now and just leave this Bone Collector as a collector. Bone Collector as a collector. Just like that. Alright, let's split sides. We want our island to be aligned with our opponent because we want to generate that value and be able to contest our opponent to make sure that too many aggressive lands aren't developed. Because the longer we stall, the better. The more things that die, the better. Oh, okay, it's tricolor. Alright, I'm interested. Exploring. Show me what you got. Now, Garadan is a thing. But that's fine. We have the Shield Mate, so if a Garadan was to come down, we would still have a 1-1 left over unless there was a Cypher's Wrath or something to follow up. But yeah, I think we're in a decent position. We're double collecting on the same amount of Faeria, but we have 2 creatures down. So we've refunded essentially like our 4 Faeria here. It's got an Explore to play, so it goes up to 14. Into Yulani. And a Recurring Copter. So we didn't get a chance. We could have set up the Bone Collector, but I did want to play around Garadan. I was very conscious of that. Oh, okay. So this is a Resurgence deck. Interesting. We're going to step here. I'm going to play the Bone Collector down. We can run this in. We don't need the step, actually. Kill this. Put another Shield Mates down. And then we'll pass. So we're just putting creatures around the Bone Collector. That's the plan here. Get this Bone Collector nice and big. And then it can challenge some of the bigger threats that could come down later. So this is a Resurgence deck. So I'm curious to see what Resurgence will be facing. You know, will there be Frog Tosser? Probably at this point. We've seen a green-blue. So Frog Tosser is probably going to be an option. But still a little while away, so we can get this Bone Collector up to a stat level where it doesn't die instantly to Frog Tosser. But we do need to consider the combat trigger from this creature. Could give it +1/+1. So there are a few things to think about. But the ball is in my opponent's court here. I'm expecting the War Leader to start hacking away at stuff. Oh, it's a Salamander. Okay. That's pretty good. Like, a 4/6 Divine Yeah, that's pretty solid. How's old Soul Eater doing? He's a 5/5 right now. We might need you to help defend. So I can kill this at least with the Recowen, and then I can run the Bone Collector into here. This is stepped back. This is actually quite important because it gives us a bit of breathing room on the Bone Collector here. I don't feel like we're in a fantastic position, and this is not the draw I was looking for. I want to get these a bit bigger, so I think I'll take a draw this time. Ooh, that's a very good draw. That's a fantastic draw, actually. It's a shame. Well, I guess that's actually it's fine because I can do this. Let's take the Elder Nine, and then we draw 2, so that's 2 draws. Lovely. Okay. We have a Wind Soldier. So we can step here, and then put the Spirit down. Nice. Okay, that worked out. That worked out pretty well. The Doomgate with the Village Elder, one of the stronger draw engines, I think, at the moment. Because if you think about it, Doomgate is one Faeria, draw a card every turn until it's answered. When you combine it with stuff like Bloom Sprite and Village Elder, it actually is kind of crazy. Oh wow, we're gonna Imaginata here. Let's clear that guy out. I see. Okay. So Imaginata off the failed experiment, because he swallows, he stays alive. That's a nice little trick there. I like that. That's cool. So we need to kill this guy. We do have the Wind Soldier. But before we do that, so what are these 8/8s, 9/9s? We're probably at a point now where we can just jam a Soul Eater. So let's get rid of the Bloom Sprite first. Can we get the power-ups? Oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, we'll just kill this. And then we need a desert, so we could desert here. And then we can go Soul Eater. And then we'll stick a Bloom Sprite. So the Bloom Sprite's job is to knock off the protection. And I'll get value out of it as well because it'll generate another creature for me. So we just need to kind of hold off now. We have like our win con. We can kill it. We can two-shot our opponent with this Soul Eater. And I have another Soul Eater in the back, so I can land here. And then stick a Soul Eater here as well. This is like a classic Soul Eater land, kind of like in this section here. You build like a little island here, or like a little island here, and then you put a land just above. And this gives perfect range for the Soul Eater to go in. But that was, I think that was more when Fnatic was popular in Green Yellow Sack, because Fnatic was a staple for a while. He was pretty popular. Because you could just kind of, you could set up lethal, you put like a 20/20 Soul Eater down, and your opponent would try and like block, or just kind of block the path, and then you can just use the Fnatic to finish off. So this is a Frog Tosser. No, it's a Curious Biomancer. Okay.
I'm so smart, I astound myself.
So as you can see, our opponent's pushed in land here because he knows that it should be good. Actually, this Bloom Sprite should have went here. Now that I think about it, I could have stop this aggressive land. There's also the Doomgate to worry about. Now the Doomgate does its job by just cycling for me. This is the crazy thing about Doomgate. It's such an amazing draw engine for one Faeria, but also if you happen to get to its cost fulfill, if you fulfill its cost of 13 life, it becomes a big old creature. So it's very good, that's for sure. So let's sack this. Eridan and Deepwood Stalker. Now, I don't have to go completely aggro just yet. What I can do is protect the Doomgate, which I'm strongly considering. I have a Rotting Boar, so I can dash onto this land. And then I could play like Eridan. I quite like that, actually. This Bone Collector just sat there harvesting Faeria. Not the best way to utilize Bone Collector for sure, but let's jam Eridan down. I could take this land here. I think I'll +1 for this turn. So this way we do protect the Doomgate. Putting Eridan down is pretty good as well. So we could see like value from the protection. I guess I could have knocked off the protection with Bloom Spray. I should have considered that first. But this works out. This is fine because even if he kills the boar with my Shinata, I'll run Eridan into it and then I'll spider it. So I can just do that. No, that is an option. Because as I continue the fight here, maybe I can put a Soul Eater down, which is a lot bigger, like a 2020. Oh, wow, okay. So going for the... Actually just kind of scrapping my plan there. Guess I could have spidered this preemptively, but I was planning to spider this guy. Alright. I don't want to kill this because it gives him Faeria. So I'm probably going to just sack it, to be honest. I don't really feel a need to kill it. Then I could kill this and I'll get another trigger. Oh no, it's still alive! With 1 health remaining. Alright. That's pretty good. So what do I want to do? Like, do I +1 and play a guy and just jam Soul Eater? Or do I just put Soul Eater in that position anyway? I think I'll just stick a Soul Eater down. Because this way I'm just saying, you know what, I have a 2-turn clock. But there's also Ostrogoth as well, so I can use Ostrogoth to control the board, and I'll use my Soul Eater to control the board, and Ostrogoth can go face. So I'm just trying to gear up some form of one creature's gonna defend, one creature's gonna go in. That's the plan, and they're both huge anyway. Ostrogoth's a 13/13. This Soul Eater's a 15/15. Can he interact with my Doomgate? That's the question. He needs an Empress command to slow it down. But even then, I just hit 15 next turn. And then I just set up more defense. I'm on 20 life, you know. I'm on 20. This is the power of Green Yellow Sack. It's just you keep just stalling and stalling and stalling, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh look, there's a 15/15 or a 20/20. What are you gonna do about it? So he's gonna body block me? Another Salamander? Another Biomancer.
I'm so smart, I astound myself.
2 cards. Into a War Machine. So I'm 1 attack away from being able to... I guess it's a swallow target. So he's actually doubling up on protection here. Which is fine, I'll just go for board control. Like, board control works out just fine here. Let's play an Elder. I can stick Bloom Sprite down. Yeah, so this is a situation I'm in right now. A 13-11, a 4-4, 3-4, 1-4, and a 15-9. This has both of these can get this is lethal right now. There's two creatures here that can go for lethal. And there we have it. Game is set. GG's to my opponent there. Just gonna show how strong green yellow sacrifice is, especially against slower decks as well. Because this Dracoan deck might have wanted to play more defensive if it could, and just accumulate a lot of value off the Blazing Salamander. The Emerald Salamanders. I always get those two mixed up. And yeah, it's unfortunate because green yellow sac play just so much better sitting back and generating that value because they have a very strong form of inevitability. 15-15s and 13-13s. But there we have it. Game 1 in the bag. Let's move on to another match. Alright guys, it looks like we have a run back. Can explore and adjust his gameplay in accordance with the matchup. And I actually think Explorer did fine, like just pushing down the side. He did his best to get in there, but it's tricky when playing against Sack sometimes. It's just one of those things, you know. The deck has a better late game. The deck has a better kind of control game plan. So it does become it is a bit of a problem for other decks that are slow and just want to kind of build up slowly and do what it can. We're going War Machine's definitely a better start here. You can start applying that pressure nice and early. I'm gonna get shield mates here because then I'm going to use the Doomgate to sack it and get this Doomgate going nice and early. I didn't see any Flame Burst, I didn't see any Empress commands, and this is the reason why I kept it. I was just like, well, couldn't deal with it last time. What's the chances it can be dealt with this time? So double neutral here, as you can see, really pushing these lands, making that adjustment to make sure that I don't get to do what I want. Really, that's the thing. So I've explored here because I want the desert on the well for my Wind Soldiers. And then we're just gonna get things started. I could have actually explored desert to start off with, and then forest desert. I think that would have been better. But yeah, that's the way it is. So Doomgate's getting started nice and early. We might see just double neutral come down here. Actually gonna go for a special land here instead. So I get to make a little bit of a block, which is fine. And the only problem now that Doomgate's sitting on this forest, so I can only really play one green thing right now, which is a little annoying. Because I'd like to play like Spirit and then sack something, but I don't have that luxury. So I've kind of messed myself up with these lands. I guess we just play Bloom Sprite, and then we can sack this. So the Bloom Sprite's there to block. So actually, I've really messed up my lands this game. Explore desert, forest, desert, and then with forest here, and then I could have played Bone Collector. I could have then sacked the Bloom Sprite, given this power, and then I could have double spidered this, and then this Bone Collector would be nice and big. So land placement, very important when positioning stuff for your creatures. I should be okay. Like this is fine. Like this blocks. I guess I could have sacked this. The reason I blocked here is to stop aggressive land going into this place. That was the important part. It's gonna land again. The Ground Shaker. So just get to chip this and slow it down for a little bit. We just pick up another spider. Cause sure. More spiders. Underground Boss. Okay. So this is looking like just like red-blue mid-range, something like that. Rather than anything in particular. So I'm gonna forest. Okay, this is tricky. I want to play a Spirit of Rebirth. But I also want to play a Bone Collector. But if I go for Bone Collector and sack one, I won't be able to do much else. It'll just be a 1/4. So I'm not too convinced about. So maybe I just wait on that, and I'm just going to set up a Spirit somewhere safer. And then we're gonna just play, yeah, Village Elder. Is that where it went? That's really sad. I did want the power up to go on a spider, but it went on my Soul Eater. It's a little unfortunate. So we get to play Soul Eater next turn at least. This should live. Unless he has Horsemaster Flame Burst, like this should be fine. So this Doomgate should be fine. I'll play Doomgate. I'll sack something, push this up to a 7/7, and play a 7/7 in front of my orb. That's going to be the plan there. I could even do a couple of spiders, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be Garadan. Oh, jeez. Definitely going to be needing my soul. Look at this! This is all these creatures. Oh, man. This is tricky. So I can get Layer Down. I could get a Soul Eater. Maybe I just sack this. I can accept that Doomgate's gonna die. Like, that's fine. I can accept that. It's just what else do I do? Do I just sack the Bone Collector? I want to push this up to an 8/8, but is it relevant? I don't even know. I guess I could put Spirit here and just not sack anything, and then I at least give my opponent the question: like, does he kill the Doomgate or does he kill the Spirit? Because now if these all start dying, they're going to be distributing power-ups to my hand. This also represents a collection, so I can +1 into another Soul Eater if this lives. So yeah, we'll see what Garadan gets up to. Garadan might just leave this. I do believe Garadan's just going to go here, but at least I'm forcing that decision. It just powers up that Soul Eater. Goes for a lake. Humbling Visions. Oh dear. This comes here, kills this, and then it gets Faeria advantage. Actually, so opponent's in a really good position. I think a lot of this is my own fault because I messed up my lands, and it just goes to show how bad land placement can affect a game. So I'm just gonna throw in the towel here. Yeah, really bad land placement from me there. Jeez. I should have thought about the position of my creatures. I could have generated like an early Bone Collector. I actually missed out on quite a big Bone Collector in the early game, and that would have helped fend this off, give me enough time to get the Doomgate going. But in the end, I just ended up with all the spiders in hand, and they were quite useless. But a good game to exploring, you know, adjusting, changing deck, playing a bit faster. Let's move on to our next game. Alright guys, into another game. Hopefully no mistakes this time. Gotta be careful with my land. I'm gonna keep this. I get set up 2 creatures. It's pretty nice. Can't complain. Get the Village Elder down. We can collect. Then we can make a land over here. We can start landing. So we can get a desert here and collect, and then we can switch sides. So we're gonna take our time. There's no rush. Village Elder's quite happy to just harvest Faeria in this situation. A little shimmy to the right for our opponent as well. Okay, going for a Lore Thief. Into a second Lore Thief, so lots of card draw. So that's like doubling up on control here. I guess I'm fine with sacking this now, and then pushing it up into the double collection position. Can we get the Cyclist at least? Like, that's something else I want to do. All right, so Eridan picked up. We want this to die as quickly as possible. I'll take another land here and start collecting. Oh, it's going to be blue red. So I was talking about how Green Yellow Sack has generally a better win con than most. And we're going to see if that is true. You know, we're playing against another control deck now. Garadan is a thing, so I will just leave it. I could play 2 shield mates and then guarantee 2 Faeria on the next turn, but to be honest, my opponent wants a Garadan this board. Go ahead, it's fine. Kills 2 creatures. 2 creatures I don't really care about that much. It's actually going to be a Sky and Enemy. Okay. So I really want to find Doomgate. Like, Doomgate is like the MVP card for me right now. It will let me... It'll just let me sack this Eridan. So let's take a draw. Let me just wait. Just play the old waiting game. I'm going to try and move Demon Wing up over time, but... Yeah, I think we're okay for now. Because I want Eridan to die before I play anything. It's a little greedy expecting that, but that's kind of what I want. So if I can pick up a sack card like Demon Wrangler, or I can pick up Doomgate, I can sack Eridan nice and quick, and then the rest of my deck is empowered. It's another Sky and Enemy by the looks of it. That's fine. It's not really doing much apart from stopping me from double collecting. So we'll take another draw. Then we'll play a shield mate. Probably gonna have to build land next turn. My hand's pretty full. Patience is a virtue. Maybe I'm too patient. Is this another Sky and Enemy? This is the 3rd one? It is the 3rd one. Oh dear. Alright. 3rd Sky and Enemy. This Demon Wing has been just beating fish up. Or sea creatures at least. Another Dreamkeeper. So many dreams are being fulfilled right now. Or locked away. If you think it's a Dreamkeeper, right? What's the win con? There's a desert here. Like, there's a desert here. Alright, we will build land now. We'll start building into this position here. I guess I can if I get a Bloom Sprite down and it dies, I'm just going to overdraw anyway. So it's probably just going to be another shield mate on the left here. And then we'll pass. So it's very unfortunate we haven't picked up Doomgate or another Demon Wrangler. It's one of these games where you're both sat on the other side of the board just waiting for win cons to go off. Failed experiment. Stormspawn? It's probably, I would say probably a dream deck, but there's not enough lakes yet for it to be a dream deck. Unless he plays like Gigana. Experiment. Gears Biomancer.
I'm so smart, I astound myself.
4 cards. Wow. Let's just play mill. Let's just play the mill game. Don't really need to do much else. Never draw 10 cards left in deck. Windfall. So is this Gigana? Like, I don't know. Is this like Gigana Dream? Yay! We finally got it, guys. We finally got it. Okay. So I need to build more land. That's for certain. I could take my Soul Eater land now if I want, I guess. That would be fine. Maybe actually I take it here and put my Doomgate on this. I could just double neutral to create space. I think I'll do that. So I can stick Doomgate here. And then I can play Eridan. And I can sack Eridan. Everyone's why is that a 3-4? Everyone's getting the power up now. That's good, that's good. Move this here, and then we can play another shield mate. So now we're just gonna fuel our Soul Eaters with the Doomgate. That's the plan. Could be Gargana Meteor. I don't know. I'm a little worried. Garadan is here. Is Garadan going to show up elsewhere? Windfall. 34 Faeria. Wisdom. More card draw. It's a lot of Faeria. What's going on with it? What is this Faeria being used for? Another Windfall. Another Dreamkeeper. Off you go, cards. Back into the deck. Another Lorfy. More card. Is this like self-mill? Is this the purpose of your deck? You kill yourself? Okay. I guess I can sack a Bloom Sprite or something. Actually, I just want to sack this. It's just one of those games, guys. All right, I'm happy to just sit back and see how I'm gonna lose. More neutrals. So I'm gonna kill this Demon Wing. He doesn't like it. It's fine. It's dead. I wanted it to die. I want to power up these Soul Eaters. My Wind Soldiers are 4/2s now, so I can Desert here and Wind Soldier up. Wind Gate. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Failed experiment. Into another Biomancer. More card draw.
I'm so smart,
There's actually cards left in the deck to draw from Biomancer. Okay. Windgate. Show me what you got, Windgate. What are you going to do? Uh-oh. Is this Radiance? Right. Okay. I've been warned about this. Oh dear. So this is Sky Dream. Yep, this is just Yak OTK. This is it. So I'm just dead, right? So you just go for the famines? Wait! He didn't go for the famines! Oh. So I'm not dead. Not yet. Oh. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think it was my friend. I'm sorry. So, okay. I need to kill 2 of them, ideally. So we're going to have to desert, because we have to run a Wind Soldier in. So let's kill this one. I might still be dead, actually. I don't know. Do we sack a Bloom Sprite to try and find another spider? I think so. Yeah. So let's sack this Bloom Sprite. Now, Minakara messaged me yesterday, I think it was, saying if you want to play a really good deck that kind of beats sack, beats Reaver, play this because it just wins. It just wins. I think I'm just dead anyway, because if he double famines... I don't know, like, I don't know the math. I don't know the math for it, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure of the math. You guys are probably watching now and going, come on, Aqua, you should know this by now. You should know what's going on. So, famine, famine, famine. It's a triple... I have a list here, actually. Let me have a look. Is double famine, double plague bearer? But I do believe we've seen all the failed. I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because you just famine... You just play the 2 plague birds and then you just famine, famine. Okay. Wait, I'm still alive. Oh, because of the other one? Yulani's like, hello. Oh, so he didn't pull.
I'm so smart,
So I should have pulled. Wait, I think this could have been. I actually think I could have still lost. So if he had played famine first, and then played double plague bear into fam. No, I don't know. I don't know if that actually works. So no cards left in deck. So I didn't deserve to win that one, really. I think I should have just lost. Because I didn't know what was going on. This is my first time playing against the deck. I have been told about it. Worth's messaged me about it. Mino Kara messaged me about it. But I didn't really want to commit to playing the deck itself. But, you know, maybe I should now. Maybe I should just give it a go and... see how it works. But there we have it. I don't feel like I deserved that. I should have lost. Have a good game. If I see Lore Thieves again, I'm marching up there. My creatures are marching up there. So let's get on to another match. Alright guys, into another game. I got away with murder in the last match. Shouldn't have happened. It was all wrong. I should have lost. But I've learned my lesson. I've learned my lesson, so I won't be making that mistake again. So I tell myself. Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Forest to kick things off here. Get that Spirit of Rebirth down. I don't really want to play it yet because my opponent put a mountain down, so I'm a little afraid of Flame Burst. So instead, I will just stick down Eridan. Now, I want a desert here. I always want a desert here. So I think I just forest here. Go for Eridan. I'm gonna start building our little island, little island here for the sacrifice engine. Gonna be a Grimguard. All right. So I'm not playing any creatures now until Eridan dies. Or at least I'm going to try and avoid playing creatures until Eridan dies. I guess I could have played Eridan here and just had it closer. Mountain, Axe Grinder, Grimguard. I guess I could play Spirit now. But then again, it could get Flame Burst. So that's my concern. Like, I don't want this to die. Not ever, really. I was going to say, not yet. No, not ever. I just want it alive at all times. So we're just going to pre-hit this. And then we're going to pass. This pre-hit is quite nice because even if this Grimguard finishes off Eridan, all my creatures are going to get powered up. And they're going to be able to challenge both of these. I just take a lot of damage. That's my biggest concern. But if we get layer down early, perhaps that won't be an issue. boss. Okay. So we can get the spirit down. Then we can go for layer. There's probably desert here. Do I want desert here? Do I want forest? I think forest is fine. So go for spirit. I'm gonna spider this. Protect my spirit of rebirth. Then I'm just gonna jam layer in this position here. There we go. So I killed this. I killed the Grimguard because I didn't want my spirit to die. Layer will hopefully, get out of there now. Get this healing. Go in the shimmering statue just to kind of mitigate some of this damage that has been dealt through the combat. Copter. There we go. So I can Wind Soldier. Can't kill this with Wind Soldier now. That's a little unfortunate. Yes, I can. I drew 2. It's gonna go here. Gonna land in between the wells. I can kill. I can't collect off. Well, I can collect off this well from here. So just do it like this. So we get our Wind Soldiers down first because we want the Spirit procs to go on these guys. Maybe I even just wrangle this first. So all my procs go here. So I get 3. This becomes like a 6. Yeah, I think that's actually what I'm going to go for because if we do it this way, this just becomes a massive creature. Now we have a 6/6 shield mate. Now a 6/6 shield mate can fight Ground Shaker. That's why I want this as a 6/6. Garadan? No? Garadan's fine because Spirit would live. And Cypher's Wrath probably. 7/7. Ground Shakers. See what I was talking about? Ground Shakers. Want to fight the Ground Shakers. It's like an 8/8 shield mate. That's pretty good. Let's take a draw. Bone Collector. Alright. We'll stick this guy down and then we'll pass. So we're just protecting the spirit by moving it away. You can run both of the... Actually, this is taunted, so this should kill the Ground Shaker. And if this dies, I might make a forest here. Oh, we might Horsemaster, actually. Horsemaster's pretty strong. Flame Burst. Then kill. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Another spider would be great in this position. Another shield mate. Let's take a forest here, and I can clear, or I could draw. I think drawing's probably a little better, just to find stuff to play. So I'm doing this, the reason I'm playing everything now is because Garadan isn't a threat. And because I want all my power-ups to go to the Bone Collector, because the Bone Collector could be quite difficult for my opponent to deal with. Good Ground Shaker now, like, kills all these guys. Maybe just goes for another Rakoan Copter and kills the Bloom Sprites. No, it's gonna actually kill these. So look, see, this is becoming quite strong. It's it'll become an issue for sure. Oh, see now I can just jam this Bone Collector down. So if I forest here, play the Bone Collector, and then that's 2 power-ups. Oh, I could have, and then I could play the Spirit now, and then that's more power-ups to this. It's quite funny. See, I got Absolutely insane. And then, yeah, we just play this guy down. So now I've turned my Bone Collector into a Soul Eater, essentially. Stat-wise, it's quite, it's almost there. It's quite powerful. It just doesn't have that mobility. But as a red player, like, what do you do here? This is just going to continue to grow. These are going to continue to power up stuff in my hand. And it's just going to be a scoop. So that's one thing you can do. One of the things I really love about Spirit of Rebirth is kind of manipulating your own hand. So the Spirit of Rebirth triggers go where you want them to go. And that did really benefited me with that big Recurrent Shield Mate, and then later on with the Bone Collector. It's a good game to my opponent. Let's move on to our final match. Alright guys, final game. We have Spirit, we have Deepwood. I might just throw the Shield Mates for now. I guess Shield Mates will act as a pretty good card to power up this Deepwood. So yeah, we're kind of going for the buff up the Spider strategy right now with this opening hand. We don't know what we're playing against. That may adjust based on the lands that come down. So it's going to be a forest to kick things off, in the forest from us. So this could be sack for sure. This could be green-red. This could be a desert or another forest. Eridan. So it's going to be a mirror match to close things out. Right, so the mirror match is interesting. I haven't really played the mirror much in recent times, so I can't really say what the best strategy is. I guess I could explore forest, chuck Eridan here, and then push into double? Do we both just sit back and start sacking stuff? Like, I don't have any cards that can sack right now. That's an issue. I think I will explore forest and Eridan the other side. And then I'm going to maybe push up. Maybe try and use the power-ups in the Spirit and the Eridan. It's really benefit me. It's going to be a Bloom Sprite. So I can force combat with the Eridan. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Just force that conflict. Now I do kind of sacrifice a bit of Faeria collection to do this because I'm not split off between my wells, but like I said, I don't really know what to do. I kind of don't want to sit back and wait. We did that against the... It's not very interesting to watch. Well, I wouldn't find it very interesting to watch, at least. So we are going to just kind of push up. And I'm gonna see what I can do with this kind of strategy in the mirror. Because I might just be playing... I'm kind of playing into green-yellow sack strength here. Being defensive, you know, holding off your opponent. But I want my Eridan to die. Once my Eridan dies, I can probably just camp these wells. That's fine. Deep Stalker. So he kills my Eridan. This is what I was hoping for. Because now now I can just kind of set things up. I wish this was a forest now, because I would play the Bone Collector in this position. I think I'll just spider this for now. I want this to get started. But if it's in my hand, it's actually not that bad. Something a bit more durable up this end. Although I'd like to cycle, so let's you know, again, we're in a position where we can manipulate our hand. So let's take that advantage. If we play all this stuff now, all my power-ups are going to go to Bone Collector. So again, like Spirit of Rebirth, very cool for this kind of strategy. Hand buff manipulation. Takes a draw. Sides are back out. Might kill the Elder here. It's going to wrangle. So Eridan's triggered now for my opponent. Luckily, my Eridan went off first. I don't know if that will make how much difference that will make, actually. But we'll find out. So now this puts me in a very cool position because I can position my Bone Collector. So one Bone Collector is going to power up on board and the other's going to power up in hand. That's pretty tasty. Yep. And then here. Into another Elder. And we can continue to empower the one on board and one in hand. So we've got two Bone Collectors going. One that my opponent can't interact with and one my opponent can. So I feel like we're in a pretty good position, actually. Oh, no, he got the Doom Gate. Okay, so this puts my opponent quite far ahead with the Doom Gate. Gets to cycle faster, gets to sack faster. So I'm going to have to use my board presence now to really apply pressure. Oh, that's not something I want to see. The Gelder. Hopefully that was just Taram. So all the creatures are coming down now. Now that the Eridan's been cracked, my opponent's kind of repeating what I just did. So let's just get the power-ups here. Another Spirit. So we're actually just going to apply pressure. That's the name of the game. I want to power something up in hand still. Should it be the Bone Collector or should I just get another Bone Collector down? Because now I can just stick Bone Collector here. I can move this and then play another Spirit. And then I can have all my hand buffs go to this. So I'm just using the Bone Collectors to apply pressure in this situation. Because I committed to a more aggressive line to get my Eridan killed. And I'm just staying a bit consistent with that. Really need to see a Soul Eater at this point. Like, if I could just tempo out a Soul Eater, I think I'd be in a really good spot. Because this is really awkward. Because as my opponent tries to kill one Bone Collector, another Bone Collector is going to get powered up. So a mistake made from my opponent. Sacks it. See, 2 power-ups. Wow, that's a big Sagami Warrior. But that's mostly fine. Oh, Doomgate, finally. Alright, so now we're in business. We can sack this Elder. Do I want it to collect? I think so. I do want to get a bit more Faeria going. So we're actually just going to neutral. Just to apply that pressure. Let's sack first. Unless I want to... Actually, I could power up these guys through sacking this shield mate. Maybe that's better, actually. Let's try that. That looks pretty good. We could actually stick Doomgate on the same side, but I'm applying more pressure. I guess I should stick it here. Some more power-ups. So we can kill this. More power-ups. Step, kill this. More power-ups. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll sack this next turn. We can get a collection off it. And hopefully we power up the Wind Soldier, because it just gives us a bit of burst from hand. So maybe I can, like, Desert here and then Wind Soldier the Doomgate to slow it down. And then sack it with a Demon Wrangler. Or just, oh no, actually I can just sack it with Doomgate. So can use the Wind Soldier to slow down Doomgate, and then I can sack it and get that cycle. Deciding which Soul Eater to which Bone Collector to kill. So it does go for this one. I'm probably going to have to Wind Soldier this, actually. Might see a Soul Eater this turn. Double Soul Eater, maybe? Is there ever a situation where I just punch my opponent for... Well, I just punch my opponent for 12? Only I could deal one more damage. Let's just cycle... Do I care about this? I think we just actually cycle this here. I have a 10-10 Soul Eater. I don't want to use the Wind Soldier on this. That's my problem. Maybe I should have sacked this. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we can Spider here. And then we can punch for 15. Set up Leia. And set up my own Soul Eater. We'll kill this. We just don't want this to be able to interact with anything. And then we'll just stick a 7/7 down. And now I just have lethal. I just have lethal to Wind Soldier. That was the plan. Like I was really lucky there drawing that spider because I needed it to kind of fulfill my game plan. I was fortunate enough to do it. And I have a lot of threats down now. So I don't have to race the Doomgate anymore, which is great. I just have a lot of big bodies down. Leia's really helpful. Can set up a taunt when she dies. So it's very difficult for my opponent to deal with both of these. Like, what's all that you can deal with one, right? That's about it. Leia still needs to be answered because she's just going to hit for lethal herself. I think that's just game. Like, I don't see how Sack gets out of this. Like, unless he ripped Voice of Truth off that presence, which he didn't. We saw the Sagami. I don't really know. Really don't know. So playing more aggressive worked out in the end, actually. Maybe because that's how the cards fell. Like, I picked up a lot of spirits. I got to power up those bone collectors a lot. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting approach to the matchup. I'm not sure if the competitive players would do the same, but I didn't have a way to sacrifice Eridan, so I felt the need to play more aggressive and get that Eridan cleared before my opponent sacrificed their Eridan. And my Eridan went off first. I was able to board flood first, and I think that did play a role in my victory in this matchup. But that concludes this episode. So that wraps up this episode with Green Yellow Sacrifice, a deck which I now believe is firmly sitting in the tier 1 slot because of its representation on ladder, but also in tournament play. It's a very strong deck. It can be very overwhelming to deal with if you can't kill it quickly because the Soul Eaters start to add up, and there's Doomgate as well. There's a lot of things Green Yellow Sac has going for it, so it's a very strong deck to climb with. The Ruby Yak OTK is supposed to be quite a good counter to it, but unfortunately my opponent wasn't able to finish me off. I should have lost that game. I definitely should have lost that game, but I was lucky. I managed to survive in the end and get on that win streak. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, drop a subscribe to keep up to date of when our content goes live. Last week I just covered the tier 1 decks of the current meta, so if you're looking for something strong to climb with or maybe use in any upcoming tournaments, be sure to check out those videos, and they can give you an idea on how to pilot the decks and just kind of my thoughts on the decks in general. So if you're looking to find a good lineup for tournament play, or just looking to get those final few stars to get to God rank, be sure to check out those videos. So until next time, guys, take care, and I hope you enjoy Green Yellow Sacrifice.